I talk. Say it.
I don't talk.
I don't know how to protect you.
I think your client is guilty as hell.
They want to fry you.
You ready to start fighting back?
Richard Jewell.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, thanks for joining us. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, Treasury yet to release payment, PM eats back at opposition, and teams tee off in late charity challenge. The PNG Teachers Association Vice President Sainal Kohu said the PNG is still waiting for the Treasury to release the funding for the 3% increment payment for teachers. He said after the MOA was signed between the PNG and Teaching Service Commission, they are still waiting for the payment to be released. After the MOA signing between the PNG Teachers Association and the Teaching Service Commission for the 3% increment payment for teachers in PNG, the entities are still waiting for the Department of Treasury to release the funding. PNGTA Vice President Sainal Kohu said the first process was done successfully, while the other process is pending the release of payment from the Treasury, which was supposed to be allocated by the government.
When do, some teachers may be asking, when do we get paid? Let me once again explain to you all that processes needs to be followed. And so the first lot of processes, it's already been done here. The second lot of processes is the Treasury is going to tell us when they are going to pay. I mean, not really something some you go to store and you go buy one tin piece now by give you tin piece straight away because you got money. No, this is talking about millions of kina. And the government must make sure that they have the money to pay us.
Kohu said if the government does not allocate the funding, which they promised to, might result in teachers going on strike. And this is something both PNGTA and TSC do not want to see happening.
I don't want to send the wrong signal to our teachers, and especially our financial members, our 16,000, 17,000 plus financial members. I don't want to send any wrong signal. But if the government does not honor what they've done here with us, it's going to be a different case now. It's going to be registered as an industrial issue. And that means we can now call a stop work. We can now say to the government, no, we are not going to provide any more teaching services to the teachers.
The Vice President said the reason why they are pushing for the payment to be released quickly is because the payment will be backdated to January 1st, 2023. Meanwhile, the PNGTA President Haita Sangap Kepa urged teachers to be patient due to the situation which is beyond their control.
When to be paid, you leave it to us. And we will be working around with DPM Secretary, Salary, Boss Mary, Ms. Quira, and TIC Acting Chairman. We will all working around the clock.
The motion of the vote of no confidence submitted by the opposition dated 28th of February as no discrepancy is alleged by the acting Speaker of Parliament. According to a member of the opposition, Iri Koihari MP Kiti Du'u, the motion of the VONC that was moved forthwith by the acting Speaker during the last Parliament sitting on February, believed to be allegedly caused by forged signature, is surprising to the opposition. Hidu'u said the motion carries all the signatures of the members of the opposition who have authored the motion.
I claim, as a signatory supporting that vote motion, Keith Hidu'u, I signed that paper myself. I actually signed it. I actually got a pen and signed it. So unless Parliament has introduced a forensic expert in that committee, then we are all baffled. And we see this as a serious tempering of the rights, our constitutional rights, to air a position. This is a constitutional document.
Prime Minister James Marape has accused the opposition MPs of misleading the public, creating dissent regarding the vote of no confidence motion. Marape said it is very irresponsible of the members of the opposition to be contesting issues concerning the VONC motion in the public space. Prime Minister James Marape said the recent announcement by the opposition not to go to court challenging the decision of the Private Business Committee on the motion of vote of no confidence is confusing. He said such decision portrayed by the inconsistency by the opposition MPs and implied the lack of confidence among themselves. The Prime Minister further said the opposition also failed to demonstrate significant support in the recent Parliament session. Meanwhile, Marape assured the country that the government remains unshaken by the vote of no confidence. Serving as a reservist soldier with the Australian Army, newly appointed Judge Justice Derek Hood came to the shores of Papua New Guinea in August 1988. Little did he know that he will come back to Papua New Guinea to serve as a national and Supreme Court judge. Serving as a soldier in the Australian Army in 1988, Wood never thought that he would come back to PNG to serve with a different profession, none other than a national and Supreme Court judge. After being in the military, he was with Victoria Police Force for 12 years. He completed his undergraduate and law degree and joined a law firm in Melbourne, Australia in 1999. After serving as a lawyer for 4 years, he came to PNG in 2003, where he underwent a foreign lawyer admission exam. Wood passed the exam and ventured to secure a job with a private law firm in Port Moresby in 2004. Wood said his appointment as a judge comes after having spending almost 19 years working under the law and justice sector of this country.
As a judge last December, I had 19 years in PNG with Ashurst, previously, as we know, Blake Dawson Waldron, and subsequently Blake Dawson. I have so many fond memories of my time with Ashurst, including countless court cases and working with an incredible team of people.
Wood said after spending so many years in PNG, he came to realize that the standard of training for lawyers in PNG needs to be uplifted.
Over the last month, I've been disappointed by the level of advocacy and court conduct of a number of lawyers appearing before me. But in saying that, I do not mean that the standards of all lawyers need improvement. Far from it. I need to emphasise that. The standards exhibited by some lawyers are exceptional, but we must do to lift the standards as a whole.
Justice Wood said despite there are trainings conducted by few institutes to train lawyers, yet it is not enough.
examples of the training of law students and lawyers, such as the PNG mooting competition, the training conducted by various groups such as the Queensland and the Victoria Bar, and other lawyers who give their time to go to the Legal Training Institute and lecture. There are many types of training which I haven't mentioned, but there are some of the examples.
Regardless of all these challenges, Justice Wood said he is determined to uplift the standard of law and justice sector of this country, now that he is appointed as the National Supreme Court Judge of Papua New Guinea. Justice Wood will be serving alongside Justice Susan Pagon-Seli, who was also appointed as a new judge. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young plan alapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
Welcome back. Women in New Highland Province have been encouraged to get checked and tested at the newly established Telamari Cervical Cancer Screening Clinic in Kavieng Town. The Telamari Cervical Cancer Screening Clinic was officially opened yesterday by the New Island Provincial Hospital CEO, Dr. Stanard Ayasi. New Highland becomes the second province in the country after Western Islands Province to offer treatment for cervical cancer, where women will get screened and treatment at the same day. The Cervical Cancer Elimination Project is being funded by the Australian government. Turning in overseas, sepsis is the leading cause of preventable deaths in Queensland children, higher than youth suicide, road accidents and drownings, but many people aren't aware of what it is. Now, a new Queensland study has found dozens of children who died of sepsis outside of hospital had been in contact with a health professional in the 24 hours beforehand and were not identified as being seriously ill.
George loved to dance. And just the way he looked at you was like reaching into your soul and giving you the biggest hug.
These are some of the last treasured videos of George Barbakuma. 4 years ago, the little boy was taken to hospital with gastro. It turned into a battle with sepsis, and within days, the 3-year-old was dead.
I had to make a really hard decision and take responsibility for saying it was okay to turn his life support off and say goodbye to my beautiful boy.
Sepsis is an overwhelming and life-threatening response to an infection and is the leading cause of preventable deaths in Queensland children, higher than road accidents and drownings. But public awareness can still be poor.
The knowledge is really out of keeping with compared to other conditions.
In what's believed to be an international first study, researchers analysed 748 sepsis-related child deaths in Queensland across 18 years. Nearly 30% of paediatric deaths occurred at home or in the community, frequently among children with no underlying medical conditions.
That really blew me away, and it's shown us we now have a whole area of new focus that we need to be concentrating on.
Dozens of the children had seen a health professional in the 24 hours prior to death. In most cases, the child wasn't identified as being seriously ill.
Many of the parents that I've talked to where their children have had sepsis have been really very reassured by the fact a doctor thought that they were okay 24 hours ago. And how could this have happened?
Symptoms include laboured breathing, mottled skin and unexplained pain.
So don't be afraid to say, look, this isn't how my child normally behaves. Can you look further at this? Or could it be sepsis?
The company that owns Facebook says it will stop paying Australian media for news content when their current deals expire. The tech giant Meta has paid millions of dollars to Australian media companies, including the ABC. The government slammed the move, but Meta says its customers don't come to its platform for news and political content.
The fight between the Australian media and tech giants is rebooting. Now Facebook's owner Meta is no longer willing to pay for news.
We're not talking about some plucky little start-up here. We're talking about one of the world's largest and most profitable companies.
Selfish, derelict and destructive. Few Australian leaders had anything kind to say about the company today.
The government takes the view that this is a dereliction of its responsibility to Australia.
Meta has decided not to renew a deal it struck 3 years ago. Back then, the government passed laws forcing big tech to pay for the use of news. But today, in a statement, Meta said people don't come to Facebook for news and political content. The decision could cost news outlets millions.
And even though we know that these commercial deals are confidential, we are aware of reports that it's some $200 million that will be impacted here.
There are even concerns it might switch off the lights for some smaller players.
For some, it could be fatal that they lose this access to money.
Former ACCC chairman Rod Sims helped negotiate the code 3 years ago.
I think this is a very selfish decision by Meta and Facebook. It means that they're not willing to pay for content that they benefit from.
We need the federal government not to blink here. The very reason this code came into being was to ensure that the digital giants paid their way.
The government has signalled it's unwilling to let this slide.
Nobody should be under any doubt about the government's resolve to ensure that we have a viable media industry in this country.
It's seeking advice on its next steps, which could include compelling Facebook to the bargaining table.
The South Australian government is aiming to eradicate all feral deer in the state over the next 8 years by getting contractors to shoot them from helicopters. While many landowners in the southeast support the aerial culling program, hunters argue it can be a cruel way to kill deer. They are also concerned that a cull will mean the end of their sport.
Luke Balkan lives in Victoria, but regularly visits South Australia's southeast to hunt for deer with his wife and children.
The countryside
it's beautiful, so we love going to SA.
He also enjoys eating the deer's meat.
Skins, everything. It's really just bred into me as a person, so all about from when I grew up young. I've always hunted, so it's just about life and passion.
Deer hunters have been protesting against a new program aimed at cutting the state's feral population from 40,000 to 0 by 2032. 11,000 have already been killed over the past 2 years, but farmers from around Kingston Southeast are more supportive.
We've got better pastures, our biodiversity, for example, our malleefowl are coming back.
We had over 400 deer shot at our place in the first aerial cull, and the ground shooters just cannot shoot those sort of numbers.
Deer also cause problems for timber producers.
They damage the trees, they rut up against the trees, and they cause significant problems that mean that not every tree that we plant makes it into a mill.
Look, I think the damage that's caused to farming enterprises and to the environment is huge, and the benefits of recreational hunting don't outweigh those disadvantages.
Hunters say methods using helicopters, thermal imaging and shotguns can leave deer dying slow deaths.
That's a huge problem. We don't want to see the deer in distress at all. One shot, one kill is how I look at it.
I'm hearing from farmers and from landowners on the ground that they are concerned about the heavy-handed way that this government is delivering the deer culling program.
The state government says the program was supported by the opposition when it was in power.
You're watching TVWAN News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Attention rice lovers. We are giving away 300,000 kina worth of scaled school money. 1,000 kina could be yours. With 300 winners and 4 fortnightly draws, your chances are higher than ever. Buy any 1 kg to 20 kg scale or ori rice. Cut out the grown for PNG stamp, put it in an envelope with your name, contact details, and drop it in an entry box at selected outlets. Promotion ends March 29, 2024. Hurry and win big with scale and ori rice. Follow us on social media for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Thanks for staying with us. In preparation for the start of the country's premier National Rugby League competition, the Digital Exxon Mobil Cup on the second week of April, the PNG National Rugby League has released a confirmed draw for the 18th round competition. When given a heads up on what and how the new session would look like, PNG NRLC competition manager Paul Joseph said with the release of the master draw this week, it sets the pace for the teams to set up in their preparation.
With dates for the 2024 season now set, the PNG National Rugby League competition has been in close contact with the respective franchise clubs to see how they are tracking in terms of pre-season training and finalizing their squad list as per deadline.
There've been some had slow starts, but you know, Lanis and Tigers had a couple of trial matches last Friday. We hear Tumbe, they coming back, so they'll be playing two trial matches up in Means as well later on this month. And Gurias have released their train-on squad. Lanis, after playing Tigers, have also released through their media Facebook page platform. So yeah, we're in touch. It's now going back to the clubs, reminding them of when the deadlines are for player registrations, ensuring that they'll be ready when our team goes around to do the baseline testing and all that, and that's a requirement for all the clubs. So
Joseph has also confirmed venues for this year, which will see Mount Hagen Eagles for the first time host their home games at Rabiamul Oval, while the Gurias have some games played at the Queen's Park in Rabaul, while Calaborn goes through upgrading. PNG NRLC manager Paul Joseph is excited about the new draw, which will see the amazing round that will see all 12 teams playing at one venue for the entire weekend.
Hence the name, amazing. It's going to be amazing. There'll be a lot more information on that. We're working behind the scenes to ensure that we'll make it happen. People to talk to come in on board, to ensure that we will make that round. It's a round where every team will play here, so it's a round 10. And that will happen on the King's birthday weekend from the 15th to the 17th. So final details will be confirmed and we will make a launch of it later on in the season before round 10.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Following the successful launch of the Smart Start New Kick Super Kick program for 2024 last Saturday at the Murray Barracks AFL Oval in Port Moresby, the Southern Region is leading the way offering skill development and match play drills for school children between the ages of 5 to 15. The program will run every Saturday morning between 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. for the next 4 weeks.
AFL PNG New Kick program is again partnering with Paradise Foods through the Smart Start brand to support the grassroots AFL PNG programs across the country. For the Southern Region, the New Kick Gala Day, called Super Kick program, started last Saturday at the Murray Barracks Oval. The level of interest and enthusiasm to join the New Kick Super Kick program continues to grow, with more young boys and girls from elementary to lower primary school age groups turning up to register and participate in the fun games. AFL Southern Region Development Officer David Tupani and his team were there nice and early to have the boys and girls register before engaging them in organized modified Aussie rules games and had a lot of fun. Tupani said since registration opened last Saturday, they have registered over 100 kids, which will go into their database program so they are able to keep track of their development and progress.
It's really good interest and turnout for the kids turning up to be part of our program. This Saturday is the first Saturday, and we see more than 100 kids turn up to be part of our program, Super Kick program today.
Tupani said the Super Kick program offers the young boys and girls the basic skills of the game, mainly kicking and catching and match day drills, and let them have fun.
Most important thing is we try to register them according to their age group, so we want to make sure all their informations are in place for our database. So once we have the database, it's already recorded down, and the same database will be used in Australia as well. So they're registered under the AFL New Kick program in PNG, under the Smart Start New Kick program, and it's also registered under the Auskick program in Australia as well.
He's again urging parents to bring their children out to Murray Barracks over the next 4 Saturdays and be part of the program.
We have Smart Start biscuits from our Paradise Foods partners, True Water and all those things for the kids, and fruits as well to accommodate kids on the day. So all the kids from 5 to 15 years of age are most welcome to be part of the program in 4 more weeks to come.
Tapani also stressed to parents, guardians and the children that they must fill out the consent forms and sign before the children can be allowed to take part in the program. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Over 40 teams teed off at the Lake Golf Club course Friday for the Kumul Petroleum Charity Golf Challenge. Despite current national challenges such as fuel shortage, business houses and clubs gave their all to raise funds for the cancer facility at the Engau Memorial Provincial Hospital. 43 teams took part in the Kumul Petroleum Charity Golf Challenge at the Lake Golf Club on Friday. Under clear skies, participants swung their clubs to raise funds for the cancer facility at the Engau Memorial Provincial Hospital.
The challenges we started off, or we experienced in the beginning of this year, where we had the Black Wednesday, and then we had the VOC Puma issues. But I really want to thank all the teams who really made an extra effort to come out here and participate, and just to come out and enjoy themselves, have a fun round of golf, network, meet new people, and also at the end of the day, it's for a really worthy cause, and so it goes a long way. And without their support, we wouldn't be raising this amount of money for our cancer patients in Morobe and PNG as a whole.
Negins outlined that in last year's inaugural challenge, 50 Embrace teams participated and 368,000 was raised. He described it as a record in terms of number of teams participating for a charity event. From the 368,000, over 298,000 was used to buy critical drugs and consumables for the cancer unit, especially chemotherapy drugs.
So we have a good system where we pay the suppliers, and then they supply all the cancer drugs and consumables directly to the Lake Cancer Unit. Obviously, the Lake Cancer Unit, the ward, always felt shortage of drugs and consumables. So they had patients going there, but then they had no drugs to treat them. So with the help and support of the teams that have come out to play last year and then this year, we have much needed funds that can cater for that shortfall. There's even a halfway house now where patients can come and sleep and receive treatment. So all in all, it's been a really successful drive, which obviously Kumul is initiating, and that really complements or comes behind our support to the Engau Memorial Center Hospital. Since 2020, we've donated over 15 million kina to restart the cancer machine in there with the Cobalt-60 unit, and the brachytherapy machine too, where we're getting that. Those equipment should come online next month.
The total amount raised for this year will be known after the auction this evening at the Lake Golf Club. This ends the news segment, and now the weather focus for the next 24 hours.
Weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru and Kerema, cloudy with few showers. For Mombasa region, Lae and Wewak, partly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, Kavieng, Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy with few showers possible. For Highlands region, all centers, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms.
And that ends the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.